Well, well, well. Welcome to another game of Little War Game. And I have a massive surprise for you all. You'll never figure out who this is, on what map this is. Even though you already know the map probably, and if you don't, hold on a second. And on the bottom right you can also see the names already. But before you read those, let me introduce them to you myself. In the top left-hand corner on once again the map Ravaged. No way! With the red pieces, it is Mr. bScherm. And as you can already see in the chat, on the other side of the map, on the bottom right-hand side with the blue pieces, it's Consciously Eating. No way! We've seen these guys 2 games ago. Don't worry about it. I was personally sent this replay by bScherm. And the message I received with it was, "This will blow your mind." So I figured, might as well move it up the queue a little bit and spoil you guys with a little bit more of bScherm versus Consciously Eating. A little bit of information though. 2 games ago, I said I'm not going to spoil you with any information regarding their score when it comes to the ranked between these two. But I am now. It's 3-1 favored versus, or it's 3-1 in favor of this guy over here, bScherm. However, when it comes to Ravaged on ranked, it's 1-0 in the favor of Consciously Eating. In the previous game between these two, on his account Try Dying, it's actually his main, he won on this map. And since then they have not played ranked on this map. This, however, is a friendly game, so maybe the ranked Ravaged favor is not going to be in Consciously Eating's side. But nonetheless, friendly match, Ravaged, once again bScherm Consciously Eating. Let's see where this goes. Should be an interesting game though. As you can already see, it's a double wolf den versus a single wolf den. bScherm once again moving his wolf around to the south this time. In the previous game, I think it went around this bush to get this wolf into the opponent's base. However, I still think he's going to get his wolf into the base, but just a little bit of a different route. Second wolf pops out. Obviously, this wolf will be hunted down on both sides, though the wolves will get into their respective opponents' bases. bScherm obviously sees that there is a 2 den opening versus the 1 den of bScherm himself. He is sending a worker out. It doesn't look like it's going to be for an expansion because it's not enough money for an expansion, and it is indeed for a watchtower instead. 3 wolves versus 2. That was a nice body blocking effect from these wolves over here. However, it's going to be 3 wolves versus 4. That's not a great position. bScherm does pull 2 workers to try and even out the damage a little bit here. This worker is going to be moved through the units by clicking on this gold mine. Just in case, a little tip, if you do not know yet, workers, if they are assigned to mine at a gold mine, will move through your opponent's units. And also your own at that. So keep that in mind, a little nifty micro trick. The Wolf of bScherm, however, is still at the 3rd. No natural being made from our boy in the blue. And this is going to be an interesting fact. This watchtower is not going to be completed. 1 second away from completion. I think that is because bScherm obviously knows, especially right now, that there is no risk of being attacked just yet. So in case he manages to get plenty of army going, he can still cancel this watchtower and reclaim some of the money. But as you can see, the wolves over here, as well as a worker getting a workshop ready. Oh, you sneaky, sneaky man. He's going to be able to finish this watchtower in like just a few seconds. These workers being pulled is a little bit early, I think, or it's going to be perfectly in time. I'm not entirely sure. However, yeah, just slightly early. What I wanted to say earlier, though, is if you want to send out a worker to make a natural, at least on Ravaged, you want to send them, I believe, at approximately 250 gold, so when it arrives you can instantly make the natural. Could be off a little bit there, but approximately 250 should do it. bScherm, however, is also getting himself a workshop. It will be approximately 20 seconds later than Consciously Eating's workshop. I believe, yeah, bScherm does not know that the workshop is there. He does still have a wolf in the base, though, which I believe just died. He sees that there's nothing else in the base, so I think bScherm kind of knows that something is going on. Consciously Eating, just being on one base, will have plenty of money, and bScherm, I think, is good enough to know that this amount of wolves is not going to cut it with all of the money that Consciously Eating has. I think if he did not go for the workshop, he can definitely get 3 dens in production. He does spot the workshop, though. I didn't see if he hovered over it that he actually noticed it. But he at least can see it on the minimap. What does Consciously Eating know? He knows that there is a tower, he does not know that there is an advanced workshop coming up, and he also doesn't know about the workshop of bScherm himself. Watchtower has been completed, but Consciously Eating is putting in an offensive watchtower here as well. I think that bScherm is not really going to be able to do anything about this, so I think that these 2 houses are going to be taken down. As you can see, though, 40 seconds have been completed on this werewolf den, so that's going to be an interesting situation to be in. The first catapult does pop out from bScherm. He sees the catapult from Consciously Eating, so he knows obviously that this workshop is being produced. Confirms that it is a catapult. And the wolf in the base over here confirms that there is, at least not in the main base, anything like an advanced workshop to drop the catapults in. This wolf is going to try and take down the catapult. Is it going to be enough damage, though? I highly doubt it. However, this wolf is going to manage to get it. I think it's not going to be enough, as these wolves are just going to be taken down. This is a very tough spot to be in for bScherm. Double catapult are going to smash down all of these houses. The wolves are going to be able to attack this one catapult. The workers hold position, trying to block a few of them, but it's not going to look very nice. A lot of wolves, a lot of surrounding damage. Catapult's not really going to be able to do anything. A lot of workers are being pulled and deal damage to the wolves. Workers, surprisingly effective when it comes to dealing damage. Catapults being spread out is very nice, can actually lob their projectiles onto the wolves. Very nice. These wolves are definitely going to be taken down. As this is still attacking all of those wolves, a lot of damage can be dealt. These 2 catapults still just smashing away from a distance. The first werewolf pops, which is going to be great for bScherm. Definitely is going to be able to wreak down havoc on the remaining army. The wolves are being dealt with extremely well, I have to say. The catapults being spread out, definitely saving him a little bit there, and I believe that the workers obviously also did quite a bit of damage to all of the wolves that have been going down for Consciously Eating. The werewolf, definitely nice. The catapult, definitely nice. I'm curious to see if bScherm is going to get an airship going. I highly doubt he's not going to do it. Yeah, there we go. To maybe drop in the werewolves on top of the catapults that Consciously Eating is going to be producing. Consciously Eating, however, seeing that there are werewolves, is going for the Gatling guns. A very nice addition when it comes to trying to counter the werewolves. Especially when they are in a dropship, the catapults cannot really do anything. There hasn't really been going on anything on the side of Consciously Eating, though. It was a 1-base all-in that kind of seems to be a little bit defended so far. The wolf production is still going strong. Consciously Eating deciding to go for a mill on 1 base. If I remember correctly, not Gatling guns, the what are they called? Gyrocopters are not a cheap unit. This catapult is going to be insane when it actually goes and takes down all of these workers. A lot of damage has been dealt. 5 workers going down, 2 more workers go down. That is not a great position for bScherm to be in. 2 more workers are extremely low health and he even kills one of his own. This worker definitely going down in just a second by these Gatling guns. Cannot see anything else happening. Wolf's getting a little bit of a surround, but another werewolf is ready to take them all down. These Gatling guns are definitely going to be a little bit of a nuisance versus these werewolves, but I think that this catapult is definitely going to be able to take them on head to head. Gatling guns moving back. The army is not big enough from our man in the blue. However, there's absolutely nothing that bScherm has that can attack air, so once the gyrocopters start production, as he started just now, it's going to be tricky. No ballistas on the way. He's going to definitely be focusing on these catapult drops. Wanted to do a counter drop. This is huge. Those attacks from the catapults bringing down these 2 Gatling guns to an insanely low health is going to keep Consciously Eating on the top of his toes. Or on the tip of his toes? Edge of his seat? Whatever saying you want to fill in there. Continuous werewolf production. Very nice. First gyro has entered the fray, however. Is he going to try and take down the workshop with this double catapult drop? He is going to try. Airship providing vision on the high ground. It's kind of late on the attack, but he spots the gyros as we speak. First army going in here, but actually, did I just ruin? Whoops. Uh-oh. Well, I'll be right back. Whoopsie. Oh, actually, interesting thing. There was a snake charmer being built on Consciously Eating side, but it has been cancelled. Thank you, stopping the replay because of vision issues. There is always more stuff to learn. Okay, well, we are back pretty much at the point where we were. Damaged Gatling guns and the airship going down to try and attempt to hit the workshop as the first gyrocopter is making his way over. Alright, let's not mess too much with the vision and following the camera of certain people. Hotkeys. We'll just stick to the overall vision for now, just to be sure. 3 werewolves, though, is very, very tricky because they can deal lots and lots and lots of damage, and they are also pretty damn tanky with 440 health. This airship, though, I assume is going to go down relatively quickly. Because, like I said, bScherm has nothing to attack the air with. Sorry. He will repair this airship, though, and I'm curious to see if he can actually keep it up that way. These catapults are going in a little bit hot, but the hits on the Gatling guns are absolutely insane. Once again, though, Gyrocraft has absolutely nothing going in against him. No ballistas are on the way. There is only another wolf den being made, and I assume, because no ballista is being made, that he might go for like a snake charmer. I'm guessing. I don't know anything else that would be a good option for our man in the red against these gyros. Watchtowers, I highly doubt is going to be able to actually finish because the gyros can just focus down the workers making them. But yeah, this is going to be interesting. The ground army of Consciously Eating is destroyed completely because of the werewolves and the catapults. It's slowly going to be taken down. But bScherm is doing his very best to try and save as much as possible, because he can repair the airship, but he cannot repair the werewolves. These catapults are being intruded on by these gyros though, but like I said, there is a snake charmer on the way. It's over halfway done. And with these two dens, there is an opportunity for bScherm to get some snakes in. And try and start to take down these gyros. Watchtowers are being constructed. Not a focus on the worker actually building the watchtowers, so it will actually finish. And these gyros will be pushed back. There is also a watchtower in the main base, which ConsciouslyEating is obviously going to try and infiltrate and immediately figure out that there is no way that these 3 gyros will be able to take down the tower. I think I heard from a few of the top players that you need like 6 or 7 gyros to kind of ignore the watchtower. It's still a tricky situation. What is this game from hell? bScherm definitely not liking his position. He's constantly trying to defend, but he is doing a very good job so far. When it comes to the units that he has though, there's 1 snake and 1 werewolf about to pop out with another snake. Definitely wants to save him some snakes. I don't know if he wants to stick with the werewolves. I think so. Just snakes is probably not going to be enough. Werewolves, once again, a lot of damage, a lot of health. This watchtower is definitely going to be taken down though. This catapult is going to try and take down these Gatling guns. Just barely misses on that hit. Watchtower goes down. Gyros once again on free reign. Catapults going to try and push back this army. Not a lot of production when it comes to the catapults though. A lot of workers are being pulled going into the battle. The 2 snakes are going to try and take down the gyros. There's 1 snake idle right there, which is not nice. And a lot of these workers repairing the airship, which was taking a lot of the aggro from the gyros. A very nice distraction, because the healing is being kept up by the workers quite well. So these gyros not taking down the snakes, actually hitting them, is huge for bScherm. At the same time, being able to pick up these werewolves and dropping them down on the Gatling guns. Very nice movement from a player in the red. Snakes do eventually go down, as they are not being able to be repaired by the workers. Workers not really able to do anything. It's still a tough situation though. 2 snakes are being produced, 2 are already out. This dropship isn't going to be repaired just in time, and the damage would have been enough, but the watchtower and the snakes are also going to be just enough to push them all back. Focusing down on the werewolf is not going to be enough in the end. It will start to regenerate some health. 4 snakes and a werewolf are on the way. Another werewolf is in the airship. A lot of workers are being pulled. This is going to be a massive defense from a player in the red. Is this going to be it? I think so. Snakes are going to take down the gyros. However, there is no focus fire from the snakes. That is very painful for bScherm. Still 3 remain. 1 is very low on health though, and will be able to be taken down relatively quickly. However, 1 werewolf goes down. The other werewolf will probably go down by the gyros as well, unless it gets picked up right at the last second, which it does. Nice movement from bScherm. However, when it comes to the income, I am very intrigued. There is 0 income from ConsciouslyEating. He has mined out his main base and he's long distance mining on a second. bScherm also mined out at his main base. Not a great position. If this natural goes down, they are relatively equal when it comes to mining capabilities. A lot of gyros are here. Snakes trying to do a lot of damage. This werewolf has taken all of the aggro from the gyros. 1 goes down, only 2 remain. 5 snakes in total is going to be enough. All of the army of ConsciouslyEating was below the ramp, so they couldn't see up. No production from either player. No income, pretty much, from either player. Even though ConsciouslyEating is long distance mining, it's not a lot of money. The snakes are all here trying to take down the gyros, and it seems like they are doing pretty well. Some nice airship micro when it comes to the low health snakes. Going to switch aggro between all of them, and this is not good. The final gyro is on a slither of health. One hit, I believe, from one snake will actually take it down. A lot of workers have actually attacked these Gatling guns and the wolves, and workers are surprisingly strong. Actually, I thought that bScherm was mined out in his main, but he is not. He has 500 gold remaining. This might actually be huge for our player in the red. This workshop is slowly going to be taken down, but he is actually able to produce some more. bScherm, like I said, this game is from hell. This is very true, and I do agree with your message that this game is kind of blowing my mind, because this defense has been held up for quite some time, and he's doing pretty damn well. I did see another gyro in production, which has been completed, but this one is just one hit from death. 4 snakes are in this airship. I am going to just try and see if you can actually see it. It's just out of vision range. Oh god, this could be bad. This worker is going to spot it. No way. Okay, that is going to be absolutely insane. He does have 2 snakes left at home with the watchtowers, so if Consciously Eating is going to push in, it's not going to be nice. These snakes with the airship are going to be dropped at the worker line of Consciously Eating. These are his only things back at the base. Is he actually going to respond? Yes, he is, but there can just be more and more dropship micro. There's absolutely nothing, I believe, that he can do. He brings back the gyros, but is that going to be enough though? Because one gyro is already pretty much dead, and the other one, I don't think that one gyro can take down 4 snakes. More airship micro trying to move him behind a place where these workers cannot really get them is going to move him a little bit closer. This, however, does not matter. Advanced Workshop is pretty much dead anyway. I don't know why bScherm is not producing more snakes over here, because he does have the money. However, actually, I think I know why he didn't produce, because he wants to repair his watchtower. He is trying with all his might to do everything he can. The gyros over here are going to be able to be taken down. This army is going to be able to be taken down. I am not entirely sure this watchtower is going to go down. Are all of these workers going to be able to deal enough damage though? One Gatling gun goes down. He is going to be able to actually outmaneuver the workers if he has very intense micro on these Gatling guns, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be great. 2 snakes are being completed since the watchtower is dead. More snakes are going to be produced from the dens. Is it actually going to be enough? Almost no workers remain, no income remains, but there is still plenty of going. In the meantime, all of these workers from Consciously Eating are going to be taken down by these 4 snakes, a lot of micro. This is absolutely insane. Everything is going to be taken down from our guy in the blue. A lot of damage is being taken by this Gatling gun. 2 workers are dealing a lot of damage. It's going to be shut down. The attack speed from these snakes is absolutely insane. This Gatling gun is going to be taken down relatively shortly by just a worker. Some snakes are going to be popped out and will definitely kill this Gatling gun. This wolf will not be able to do anything. There's still some money left from bScherm and absolutely nothing from Consciously Eating. Trying to move away with 3 of these workers, but it's going to be caught up by this airship. There's nothing he can do to run out this airship. More and more snakes are going to be produced, are going to be able to take down this Gatling gun, I think, and Consciously Eating GG's out, and it's absolutely insane ending to this game. Oh my god. bScherm constantly being bashed in his face by Consciously Eating. Constant pressure with wolves, with catapults, Gatling guns, gyros, but bScherm just held on. And just held on is just enough in this case. The counter attack with the airship, with the 4 snakes, absolutely devastated Consciously Eating. If this airship was not moved over to here and actually take down the economy line from Consciously Eating, I think bScherm would have just died. Because Consciously Eating did not have any more income and he was just busy with the snakes and obviously no longer mining, The army was small enough to be taken down with the little resources that bScherm had left in his base. This is gold. This match is absolutely gold. I totally agree with your statement, bScherm. This will blow your mind. This has been amazing. I hope to see many more of these games, or maybe not, because, you know, heart rates and blood pressure and stuff like that, especially for the players, because I am 1000% sure that this was nerve-wracking for bScherm when he was playing against this. This must have been just insane. And I think as well, don't underestimate the pressure that Consciously Eating must have felt, because he knew that he was on a pretty good path, and if he kept up the aggression and maybe played a little bit better or had some better trades in army movement like bScherm had, this would have been, well, not an easy win, but this would have been a win for Consciously Eating. Like, no way. The massive fight where he lost all of his wolves to pretty much the 2 catapults and some workers was devastating for him. But it was just so close. It's insane. Also, if you look at the income from bScherm, obviously was quite a bit higher than Consciously Eating's, because he did have a natural base. However, everything on the side of Consciously Eating pretty much exploded and died as soon as he GG'd. So the units lost, I want to say, or like the gold lost, is probably in Consciously Eating's favor here before everything went down. So it's not by a large margin, I assume, but still, like 1600 gold advantage can give you quite a bit of ability to just throw stuff at your opponent. And as well, when you look at the APM, it's 150 for bScherm versus 181 from Consciously Eating. That, like on RTS standards, like in general when it comes to like StarCraft and stuff, not that high. But for Little Wargame, I want to say that this is pretty much on the relative high end. Especially like in the early game, there's not really that much to do. You're just pretty much waiting the first few minutes. You don't have that much like actual effective actions to do. You can obviously spam a bit, but I'm not entirely sure if these guys also did that as well. Apologize for not checking the APM count when the battles were going on, but at the end of the game, like the average APM, 150 and 181, while the true average is probably a little bit higher than that when, you know, you count like effective minutes played. That's pretty insane. And even though I'm like kind of confused how Consciously Eating has like a substantial, like 20% more APM than bScherm has, but bScherm's movements were a lot better when it comes to the fights and like picking up the units and stuff. So even with fewer APM, the APM that bScherm did have was of higher quality than Consciously Eating. So just so you know, higher APM doesn't always mean higher better. Yes, that English is perfect. Don't worry about it. So now that's just another angle to look at this match. It's just everything went relatively perfectly for bScherm in his defense. Yeah, this was great. And if you agree, then definitely hit the like button and let us know in the comments. Let these players know in the comments, or maybe in a lobby, a little wargame yourself if you decide to join as well. Yeah, it was sick. Thank you for sharing the replay, bScherm. Absolutely amazing. And if you do not want to miss any of the future matches, as there is also a tournament coming up, the Pro League 6. Feel free to subscribe to the channel and also check out the plenty of other content creators when it comes to Little Wargame, like bScherm, Negat, Consciously Eating, and many more. And that only leaves me with one more thing, which is good luck and have fun in any of the games that you are going to play yourself. Obviously, I hope to see you soon again. And until then, have a great day, my dudes.